Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Beckruffs and today's tutorial is going to be on how to make this backless dress you're seeing on the screen. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Before taking any measurements on my pattern paper, I'm going to come down by 1 inch and rule a line across that 1 inch, and that is going to serve as my shoulder line. So every measurement I'll be taking is going to be starting from this line. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to measure my shoulder to shoulder divided by 2, come down by 1 inch as the shoulder slope. Then mark my neck width of 2.625 and I'm going to connect these 2 points together like so. Then I'm going to go ahead and get my chest line of 7 inches. I got that by dividing my bust by 6 plus 1.5. That is going to give you your perfect chest line measurement. Then the shoulder to waist line, mine is 16. Then next I'm going to label and I'm going to go ahead to get my hip height of 8 inches from the waist. On the chest line, I'm going to measure my shoulder to shoulder divided by 2 and connect it to the shoulder slope like this. Then divide what I have left, move in by ½ inch, and here on the chest line, I'm taking my bust circumference divided by 4. On the waist, I'm taking my waist circumference divided by 4 and I'm going to connect those 2 points together and also going to get my armhole curve like so. On the hip line, I'm going to impute my hip circumference divided by 4 and connect it to my waist measurement. Next, I'm going to determine my gown length, of which I'll be using 34 inches. And I'm going to rule a line across the 34 inches. And I'm going to be taking my hip measurement, hip circumference divided by 4 minus 1 or 2 inches at that point. And then I'm going to connect to the hip line. Back to the neckline, I'm going to extend my neck width by 1 inch. Then for the neck depth, I'll be using 7 inches and I'm just going to rule a straight line across like so. So the neck width is what I'm going to be transferring all the way down to the 7 inches, and I'm going to connect using a rectangle and blend in. Now onto the back. So for the back, I'm just going to extend my waistline all the way to the other side of the paper. Likewise the hip line and likewise the chest line and also the shoulder. On the shoulder line, I'm going to divide my shoulder by 2, same on the chest line, connect these 2 points together. Then my bust circumference divided by 4, my waist circumference divided by 4 on the waistline, connect these 2 together. Then get my back armhole curve like so. Okay, so for the back neckline, I'm going in with the same measurements I used at the front, then my shoulder slope of 1. From the hip, I'm taking my hip circumference divided by 4 and I'm going to connect back to the waistline, and I'm going to get my gown length, the same 34 I used at the front. Then insert my hip circumference divided by 4 minus 2 at this point and connect to the hip line. Back to the neckline, I'm going to increase the neck width by 1 inch like I did at the front. Then on the waistline here, I'm going to come down by 2.5 inches. And on the waistline at the side, I'm moving up by 1 inch. And I'm going to connect these 2 points together. So that is going to give me that curve, the deep U curve I'm having at the back. Then on the chest line, I came down by 0.5 inch. Then I'm going to reduce the shoulder width as well by moving in by 1 inch, and I'm connecting these 2 points like so. So what I have here now when I'm done is 2.5, and I'm going to take that same 2.5 at the side and take it round like you see me doing. So that is going to be the width of the strap that is going back to the front. And I'm going to go ahead to label the side and the shoulder. Okay, same way we came down at the back on the chest line, we are going to be repeating that for the front chest line as well. So we are increasing the chest line by 0.5 inch like so, and I'm blending back to the armhole curve. Next up is tightening the neckline. We need to tighten the neckline so that it doesn't gape. So I'm going to be taking ½ inch at this point and another ½ inch on the straight line like so. Note that these 2 measurements are going to be eliminated later on. Moving on to the back, I'm going to go ahead and tighten the strap as well. I'm going to be taking ½ inch on one side and ½ inch on another part of the strap. Note that depending on how stretchy your fabric is, the tightening you can take is from 1 inch to 2 inches. Back to the front pattern, I'm going to extend the 0.5 outwards by 1 inch and connect it back to the waist. The purpose of this is so that your boobs doesn't spill over at the side. So this is going to give you boobs coverage at the side. So just move out by 1 inch. If you're bustier, you can do 2 inches, you can do 1.5 depending on how covered you want the side to be, and just connect it to the waist like so. So this 1 inch that we took here, we are going to be eliminating it from the back. So at the back on the 0.5 inch I came down with, I'm just going to mark 1 inch and connect it back to the waist. If you do 2 inches, you eliminate 2 inches from the back. If you do 3 inches, 1.5, just ensure that you eliminate whatsoever extension you added at the front on the back. For the tightening on the neckline, I'm going to slash through one line, place it on the other line and use masking tape to hold it together. And here is what we have on the neckline. So I'm just trying to blend it together, and that is that for the front neckline. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out the back as well. I'm cutting through the sides and I'm going to stop on the 1 inch above the waistline, and I'm going to continue cutting from the waistline all the way to the back strap. So I'm cutting through the back strap like this and then like this. When cutting the center back of the strap, ensure that you leave 0.25 inches so that after we crease, we'll be able to trim off any excesses we have. So cut through, slash through one line, use your masking tape, slash through the second line, use the masking tape to hold it, and then reconnect the curve. Or if you can use your scissors like I can, go ahead and do that. Ensure that you always label your patterns, as this will guide you on where to join to where. So I'm going to go ahead and place my shoulders together. So after placing, I realized that I didn't eliminate 1 inch on the shoulder slope connecting to the armhole. So this is what I am doing right now. So I eliminated the 1 inch, and after placing the two shoulders together, they aligned. So I'm going to use my masking tape to cover, which is what I just did, and I'm done with the pattern. Now I folded my fabric. I'm using velvet. I folded my fabric and I placed my front pattern on it. Now I'll just be adding 1/2 inch seam allowance to everywhere, to the sides that needs allowance, because I'm working with a stretchy fabric. So I am going to be picking 1 inch. So I added 0.5, which is what I'm doing, and I'm going to be picking 1 inch while sewing. That is for the sides. But for the neckline, I'll be piping it in with the same 1/2 inch I added. So for the neckline and the armhole, which I'm cutting, I'm going to be adding 1/2 inch, and that 1/2 inch is what I'll be folding in. But for the sides, I added 1/2 inch as well, but I'll be picking 1 inch while sewing. And I'm going to be joining this strap back to the side front like this. The back, I'm going to go ahead and add 0.5 inch along the waistline and 0.5 inch at the side, and on the M line I'm adding 1 inch to turn it up. So this is it after cutting, and this is how the front looks like. So next up, I'm going to join the skirt, the back to the front, and show you how to join the strap together. And here is what it looks like after joining the back to the front. And I already went on to join the strap, one of the straps, back to the front. So next I'm going to be showing you how to do this other strap. And also, I already went on to pipe the necklines and turn in the armhole. As you can see, I folded all those parts in. So next up is to join the other strap to the side front. So for the other strap, right side facing the right side, and ensure that it doesn't fold, and you take it back to the side front, ensure that they are both equal, and I'm going to go ahead to stitch. And here is the final look of the dress, guys. What do you think? I hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.